So this is my personal identity box. As you can see, it's green on the outside, which relates to me because green is and has always been my favorite color. I have some words that I would use to describe myself, and some of them are words that others would use to describe me. So I have competitive, hyperactive, creative, funny, smart, mature, athletic, polite, sarcastic, confident, stubborn, impatient, happy, bold, spontaneous, bubbly, enthusiastic, and yapper, which is what most people use to describe me because I like to talk a lot. So on the inside, I have this California license plate. This was my dad's old license plate from when he still lived in California. My parents both lived there. My mom moved there from Canada for university, and she ended up going to the same school as my dad, which is where they met. California has always been my favorite place, and I even got to live there for a little while. Part of my family still lives there, so I get to visit them in the summer or other vacations. I always have the best time because I love the ocean, the surfing, and the laid-back energy, and my goal is to move there one day and get one of these for myself. So next up, I have some pictures of my friends and family who are very important to me, especially when I want to have fun or need someone to talk to. This is a picture of me and my sister. She's almost 3 years older than me, but we're very close, which I appreciate a lot because when I want to do something or I need help, I always have someone to go to, and the other way around for her. Along with the pictures, I have this little bag with my name on it, which my friends made for me before I moved away. So each one of them wrote me a little letter, and then they put it in this bag, and I really like to read over them every now and then. I love listening to music. It helps me concentrate, motivates me, and puts me in a good mood, so I included this little AirPod. One of my favorite songs is Love Yours by J. Cole, who's a rapper. And the song has a deeper meaning because he says that you shouldn't compare your life to people who might have nicer things or more friends than you, but you should love your life, so love yours the way it is, and I really think that's a great thing to remember. Hearing an artist you love to listen to live is such a cool experience because you get to be around a whole crowd of other people who feel the same way about the songs, and the energy is usually really good. So if I had one, I would have included one of the concert tickets from when I went to a concert because it's a big part of me because it's something I really like to do. Next up, I have this Swiss Army knife. I was born in Switzerland and lived there for almost 15 years, so I included this Swiss Army knife that my grandpa gave me. Even though I don't think I'd ever move back there, I met a lot of great people and experienced some really cool things that I'll always remember. So with that Swiss Army knife, I also have my Canadian passport because my family is Canadian, and even when we lived in Switzerland, I spoke English at home. So when I was around my friends at school, before any of them spoke English, I had a secret language with my sister. Unfortunately, that didn't last very long because after elementary school, I switched to an English schooling program, so most of my classmates spoke English at home too. In Switzerland, a lot of the Swiss kids with fully Swiss families would often hang out with each other, so people like me who had a different family background would hang out with people who also came from different countries, which is really interesting because my best friends are all from completely different parts of the world and spoke completely different languages at home, so it made for a really interesting mix. So next up, I have this necklace. This is a necklace my grandma gifted me, and it's very special to me because it's a little heavy and bulky. I wear it as a bracelet, but I still think it's really pretty. She got it from my grandpa a long time ago, who passed away when I was 12, so it holds a lot of meaning. It's also from the brand Tiffany & Co, and my mom's name is Tiffany, so I think that's a nice meaning as well. Next, I have this Gatorade bottle. Since I was 4, I've had to get 6 different surgeries and treatments done on my left arm since I had a cyst and then complications from the first 2 surgeries. And every time I went in for a surgery, my dad and I would get different Gatorade flavors and mix them into new colors and create new flavors for me to drink in the hospital. My dad and I are very alike, and we are both pretty unserious people who like to joke around. So having someone like that around when you're nervous about going in for a surgery is really great. Next up, I have this lip gloss, which has real Hawaiian flowers in it, and I bought it in Hawaii. and it represents how much I love the sun and the beach. I feel my happiest when I'm there. It also represents my love for traveling and seeing new places, and I'm lucky enough to have a family who loves traveling as well. So I've been able to see some really cool new places and countries. Daisies are called Margarets in German, and Margaret is my middle name, so I included this Daisy. I personally really don't like my middle name because I think it sounds like an old woman, but my mom's grandma and my dad's grandma were both named Margaret, so that's where it comes from. They also start to bloom in the spring, which is when I was born, so the meaning behind it makes me dislike it a little bit less. So last but definitely not least, I have this little soccer field that I drew onto the bottom of my box. And this soccer ball represents my love and passion for soccer. I've been playing since I was little, and ever since, it's been a huge part of my life. I don't have any of them saved up here, but along with my love for playing for soccer comes my love for watching professional soccer games. So if I had one, I would have added one of the tickets from a game I've been to. I'm very lucky because my aunt has organized lots of Champions League and World Cup games for different clubs and teams, and I've been able to watch some of them and even meet some of my favorite players. So that's my identity box. Thank you for watching.